Star Wars 7x7 episode 2934. We haven't done this in a while, so I figured it's a good time to do it. This is a What to Watch Now episode, and we haven't talked about what's happening on the Disney Plus YouTube channel as it relates to Star Wars specifically since around February, March, somewhere in there. So yeah, we're going to check it out because there's been some fun Star Wars stuff since then. Punch it! Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod, and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy, and thank you so much for joining me for it. So, over on Disney Plus, they have tons of videos coming out all the time on their YouTube channel, and of course, not all of it is about Star Wars. In fact, probably a small minority comparatively is about Star Wars. And even then, some of the things that they have on there maybe have like little tidbits of Star Wars, and that's not the stuff that we're talking about here. The stuff that we're talking about on these episodes that I do related to the Disney Plus YouTube channel have to do with videos on the Disney Plus YouTube channel that either are all about Star Wars or significantly feature Star Wars. And since February of this year, the last time, well, I'm not sure, that wasn't quite the last time we checked on it, but that was the last time there was a video that had been uploaded about it. Since February, there have been 5 new videos that are either entirely or very strongly Star Wars focused, loaded onto the Disney Plus YouTube channel, and I will put those in a playlist. There's already a Disney Plus Star Wars videos playlist on our own YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/SW7x7. So all of these videos will be posted to that playlist, but we're just going to summarize what they are so that way you'll know what you're about to see when you go check that out. The first one I'm going to cover is part of an ongoing series of videos on the Disney Plus YouTube channel. It's called What's Up Disney Plus, and it features the hosts Jenny and Andre talking about various Disney-related topics, sometimes Star Wars, and in this particular case, this video was posted on May the 4th. So yes, there is a bit of a May the 4th celebration in there, and it involves a trivia challenge that starts around 4 minutes and 15 seconds into the episode. They do a timed trivia challenge, putting 2 minutes up on the clock, and they ultimately get through 7 questions. I will say, in my full disclosure, I got 6 of them right, and the 7th one, they got right before I did. I probably would have gotten there, but I was a little puzzled by the answer because it leapt ahead a little bit from the way I was thinking about it. It's the one about Jabba the Hutt. I won't spoil it for you so that way you can have the full trivia experience for yourself. So that was good fun. The next video was posted on May the 23rd, just ahead of Star Wars Celebration and the release of the first couple of episodes of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and it's called The Wisdom of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's a montage of scenes from all across Obi-Wan Kenobi's live appearances, and by that I mean there's no Force Ghost stuff from Empire or Jedi, but it does have appearances from A New Hope and all the prequel movies, and also Star Wars Rebels. And over the top of that are quotes and voiceovers. Some of it is with the actual scenes, and some of it is with montagey stuff, while a line from somewhere else is voiceover stuff. There's even a voiceover line from Star Wars Rebels too, which I thought was really exciting. And there is one line of dialogue that's a Force Ghost Obi-Wan line of dialogue that's in voiceover too. So I guess there is a little bit of post-life Obi-Wan in this thing after all. The next video I want to cover, the third of 5, is another episode of What's Up Disney Plus, but it's kind of a special episode in that it is entirely focused on Star Wars and Star Wars Celebration in specific. So they're basically wrapping up all of the big announcements from Star Wars Celebration, and then there's a great featurette with Jennifer Landa talking to a number of people, starting off by asking questions about first Star Wars memories, and then talking about the experience of being at Celebration. That interview list includes Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy, Ron Howard, Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Moses Ingram, Rupert Friend, Genevieve O'Reilly, Diego Luna, and then also folks from Willow, Aaron Kellyman and Ruby Cruz and Warwick Davis. They had Ellie Bamber in one of the shots, but unfortunately we didn't get to hear from her. And then there's a bit of a featurette on the show floor at Celebration where you got to see some of the life-size props like the giant TIE fighter and the Hoth Rebel Base set and other things like that, and some brief interviews with cosplayers there too. So great fun. That was again hosted by Jennifer Landa, who's part of the Force Center podcast. And the Disney Plus folks actually broke that whole Jennifer Landis segment out into its own video. So the What's Up Disney Plus episode for Star Wars Celebration was on June 2nd. There was a second video, Star Wars Talent, that they put up on June 4th, and it is basically just the Jennifer Landis segment from that June 2nd episode. And the last video to cover is called Just 2 Minutes of Grogu and the Mandalorian. It went up on June 17th, and it is exactly as advertised. It is 2 minutes of various interactions between the two of them. The first part of it is basically Grogu being naughty, and then as it progresses through, you start to get a sense of it as being more or less chronological through the 2 seasons of The Mandalorian and then into scenes with the Book of Boba Fett. I have to say, the scene where Grogu finally pops up in that final chapter of the Book of Boba Fett and Mando sees him again and is just, stunned, and Grogu jumps into his arms. The way that they do this in the Disney Plus video, it's its own soundtrack. It is not the dramatic soundtrack that's happening during the episode. They have their own music for this Disney Plus video. And the way that worked is it made you actually hear Pedro Pascal's line delivery a lot better. Like, I remember watching this and thinking like, oh yeah, that's a cool scene and whatnot, but I didn't quite hear Pedro's delivery the way I heard it in this video, and it's just, for that alone, I think it's worth the watch. It was very emotionally affecting, and as I mentioned just a second ago, it seems like they mostly kind of go through chronologically, but they go past one scene that you think you're going to see, and you think like, oh, why didn't they show that? And then what turns out is that they save it for the end. And I'll give you 3 guesses as to which scene that is, and the first 2 don't count. And so there you go. That's what's been happening over on the Disney Plus YouTube channel specific to Star Wars. And again, I will put all of them in the Disney Plus playlist on our own YouTube channel. That's at youtube.com/SW7X7. And that is going to do it for this episode of the podcast. It just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for it as always. And may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright 2021 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.